Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Cowboy Game Day Live, the halftime show. Jesse Holley, Skywalker Still. The Cowboys are up 16-10 on the backs of a fumble 6,
yes.
Right? Block punt, Tony Pollard to the crib, and the defense doing just enough to keep this in 10 points for the Rams. But it's been I think, an entertaining first half, Jesse, but a lot of things to talk about here on both sides of the ball. But good game so far. Cowboys up 16-10. Kind of your quick thoughts. You got a lot of notes I know you wrote down for this half.
Yeah, this has been an up and down game, but it goes back to your point that you mentioned in the pregame show. What the Cowboys offensively have to stop putting so much pressure on this defense to be perfect. When you talk about getting a fumble for a touchdown, strip sack, fumble for a touchdown, mix the extra point, and then you get a block punt and you only get 3 points. Those are times in the game where you have to go ahead and go up 14-0. That and then in turn puts so much pressure on the Rams to now have to pass the ball and get out of their comfort zone. But when you only have 9 points after those 2 huge plays, that puts no pressure on McVay in that offense. So they can still run their game plan. And you look at it now, it's only a 1-score game. And the way that this offense is going for the Rams, they're only 1 big play away. So for me, your points were just so critical and so key because, again, this offense isn't doing enough. Cooper Rush right now, 5 for 8 for 59 yards passing, sacked 2 times. I don't like this 11 personnel shotgun that they're doing again. When they get into those double wide, that 21 personnel, you have an opportunity to be more successful than that. They have 106 rushing yards. That's crucial, but a lot of that's come on really the one big play for Tony Pollard that scored the touchdown.
I'm just surprised I'm not seeing more play action out of it. But when they run it, I think he has 5 completions. I want to say at least 2 of them have come out of the play action. You can't have miscues. Drop ball on 3rd down gets a 1st down. I don't know what that was with Matt Overton, but you get a new – one of the things we didn't talk about was LP – I almost said LP Lattisaurus. Was Jake McQuaid being out. And what happens on the very first opportunity, he hikes the ball, they're not ready, and you have that disaster. And then the block punt, and you go 3 and out after the block, which was essentially got points, but it was 3 and out. You can't have these miscues in a game like this because, like we said, at some point your defense is going to give something up.
Right.
And that's what happened. They gave 1 up. But at least they hunkered down when they needed to. That's the thing about this defense. I said it when I tweeted about it. They are so good with adversity within the game. 75-yard touchdown, I bet. Do it again. Give up a big play, I bet. Score a touchdown. Instead, they're holding field goals. They're doing the best that they can do here. But at the end of the day, plays are going to be made. These guys make money on the other side of the ball.
Absolutely.
And Matt Stafford has been delivering the ball at weird angles, falling down, and he hell of a catch. 2 catches really by Powell, or not Powell.
Tutu Atwell.
Tutu Atwell down, and then one-handed. Diggs probably should have played over, but, he played under. One-handed catch and off to the races for Cooper Kupp. So defenses, while they're playing well, it's pretty much been big play or bust.
Right.
So now we have to minimize the big plays on the defense side of the ball. And and I feel like, I truly do, if the Cowboys offense just gets 1 more touchdown here, you could potentially put this thing away. Potentially, I know because the big plays are happening, but 10 points. You know what I mean? It's literally been big play or bust on the defensive side of the ball, man.
And then for the Rams right now, they lead in time of possession. You're talking about 18 minutes to 11 minutes. And I get the turnover, the sack fumble that takes you off the field.
Yeah.
But they got their possession back with that field goal, with that fake punt. So the possessions are kind of the same now. When you look at that, the Cowboys have to come out and put together some long, sustaining drives.
Yes, that is key.
That is going to be crucial for them to put together some long, sustaining drives and come out of this halftime and put points up on the board to make this a game where now the clock is in their favor, and Matthew Stafford and company has to kind of now hurry things up. Because if you don't come out this half, and punt the ball away, now that now tells that the Rams, I can just sit back and continue to do what it is I want to do, because we're just 1 touchdown away from winning this game. So it's imperative that the Cowboys come out of the half, put a touchdown, not a field goal, a touchdown on the board to really force the hand of Sean McVay in this Rams offense, so that now they have to get more into a passing mode, and you can unleash your pass rushers against that weak offensive line.
Well, I don't want to gloss over sustaining drives because baby steps, right? In order to get the points, unless you get a big play, like Tony Pollard, you might have to sustain these drives. And it's kind of been the same thing for this Cowboys offense for the last 3 weeks. third downs, really for the entire season. Let's be real. Week 1, it was the same thing. Third downs, they just are not sustaining these things. They're 1 for 5 right now. And if they continue that trend, you're talking about 2 for 10 for the entire game. At some point, you're going to have to convert just to keep the defense off, on the sideline and then to give them breathing room during this game. You don't want to come out here and, like you said, go 3 and out, but you also don't want to come out here and continue to just punt. If you look at the drives here, let's go to them. You got the strip sack, but the rest of it is, punt, field goal, end of half. Can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So I know you said you want a touchdown, but even a field goal, right? Even a field goal gives you some type of breathing room where a touchdown doesn't put you out of the game.
Yeah, and I think also for the Cowboys offensively, I don't know what more Tony Pollard has to do to find himself in the rotation a lot more. We're talking about Tony Pollard. He didn't get his first touch until 9 minutes and 25 seconds into the second quarter.
And then his second touch
was a touchdown. So literally, and guess what? That's it. So his 2 touches came, literally, they score a touchdown. When they get the ball back, he touched it again, and he hadn't touched it anymore. So I don't know what more he has to do to show the Cowboys that he's a more than a willing participant and a capable guy of making big plays for you than what he's shown today. But for 2 carries and a half, granted, they only have 11 carries total, but 2 carries for Tony Pollard, the average is stupid, right? He's averaging 29.5 yards a carry. Yeah. But you have to find ways to insert him into this offense. I don't know.
He doesn't feel part of it, Jesse.
And it almost feels forced when he gets in there. It has to be more of a smooth transition for him to be in this offense.
I've been saying this for multiple years. Anytime this offense gets in a bit of a rut, my thought process, and this could be any offense, has always been, okay, if I'm not sustaining drives, if I'm not matriculating down the field, then I need to find a playmaker that can, bust a long game, right?
Yes.
And for years, it's been Tony Pollard that's been able to do that for you. And if you even go back to last year, that second half of the season where things were a bit clunky, who was getting the big plays? Tony Pollard, right? So we're kind of in that same rut right now. 49 passing yards. We're not executing extra points. You missed an extra point. You're not converting in the red zone. So who gives you the juice to get a big play? Tony Pollard. Where do you have, in my opinion, a really good advantage at? TP against these linebackers. But we haven't really went that route. So I'm with you, and I've always been this way. Offense is struggling. Put it in the playmaker's hand and see what happens.
And he has that juice. He has that burst that we've seen week in and week out, year in and year out, that he could, even on the touchdown run, that wasn't like he just went untouched. He broke 3 or 4 tackles. He broke the arm tackle of Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
He broke a linebacker, a safety, and then ran away from the rest of the group. So this is a guy who, while he might be small in stature, he's strong enough to break tackles in between the tackles, linebackers and safeties, but you got to get him going in this football game. And in this offense, make him a focal point of this offense.
Every week he should have. It's silly that he's not packaged. Now let's get to the other side of the ball where, again, I said the defense, granted, giving up big chunk plays, and 2 of those plays were resulted in points, touchdown, and a field goal. But 10 points. You hold a team at 10 points and a half, you should feel good about it. And on that side of the ball, man, Dorrance Armstrong has given you, 9 of these points?
Yeah.
Right? Am I tripping?
No.
10. 9 of these
9 points. We missed extra point.
Come from Dorrance Armstrong, who's having a fantastic start to the year. He gets a sack, strip sack. D-Law picks it up, runs it in. Then he blocks a punt the very next possession. We didn't pick it up and score, but you got 3 points out of it. So DA is having a fantastic game, a fantastic start to this season. They've been getting pressure on Matt Stafford, but only that 1 sack, which is key because we do want to take him down or force him to throw interceptions, which we haven't done. But the run defense has been good. They have been good. They've been stopping Henderson. They've been stopping Akers. A lot of tackles in the backfield. Sam Williams, I'm so excited for what Sam Williams is going to be in the future, but I think his role is doing really well right now. Tristan Hill with the tackle for loss. Also, Diggy Zua with a tackle for loss. LVE had a big play on 3rd and 5. They tried to test him downfield.
Yep.
Didn't work. So while they're giving up the chunk plays, I feel like the defense, again, is doing enough to win this ball game for you.
And that's the thing. They have to do it for 2 halves. Because this offense is not going to stop coming at you. They're going to still They're going to go in halftime. They're going to make the adjustments, and they're going to come back out and say, because even the play before the half, when you look at that play, they try to chest LVE down the sideline. They motion the guy away in the slot to see, all right, what are they? Oh, they're man-to-man. Here's where we're going. So they're always going to try to find ways to take their shots, and that's what makes this 6-point lead a little bit dangerous for me, because I'm saying they're never going to stop trying to get the home run play. That's who Matt Stafford is. That's who Sean McVay is. So they may dink and dunk, dink and dunk, dink and dunk. But best believe they're going to try to find a way to make the big play. You have to be on top of your game and be there to stop that play because they're going to constantly keep coming. So for this defense, I know the play on Trayvon Diggs with the one hand catch and the other one, that was Malik Hooker's fault.
Seemed like that was
for not being in the middle of the field. But again, you can't have those mistakes because they result into big plays. So defensively, continue to pressure Matt Stafford, continue to make him have to move within that pocket. When you get your hands on him, bring him down. Don't let him creep out and dump the ball off to another receiver. But Sean McVay is going to continue to find those matchups and continue to try to find ways to get the ball in the playmaker's hands. The defense has to show up and show out. And when the opportunities to make those plays, you got to make those plays.
Yeah, as long as this game is in striking distance, McVay doesn't have to go out of what he does. Mm-hmm. And if I'm the Rams, I don't think I feel great going into the half, but I don't feel down at all.
Right.
Because I want another big play away. That's really what it is right now. One more big play away, or if I can get a field goal to get me some momentum, it's not as if the Cowboys offense is just matriculating down the field. So what I want to see in this second half is Kellen Moore find a groove. Get Cooper Rush maybe on play action rollout, just something to get him in a rhythm. We've seen him throughout the 3 games. He's had a series where he's gotten into a rhythm, whether it be early in the game against Cincinnati, whether it be that third quarter against the New York Giants, whether it be at the end of the half against Washington. All he really needs is one series to get in the rhythm, score a touchdown, and you may put this game away. So I need Kellen Moore to kind of step it up here and help Cooper Rush get in the rhythm, or maybe just put the ball in TP's hands. Either way doesn't matter to me, but the offense has to find at least a series or 2 where they can put some points on this board.
And this is the thing that we've always criticized Kellen Moore about is, can you go into halftime and make the proper adjustments, right? Whatever your game plan was coming into this game in the first half, pick out those things that really worked well for you. Hey, we got this, we got that. All right, cool. But here's what we have to change. And one of the things that you have to change is you got to stop lining up Tyler Smith. By the way, welcome to the National Football League, Tyler Smith.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it.
Welcome to the National Football League, Tyler Smith. Stop matching him up one-on-one with Aaron Donald, because that's going to destroy that kid's confidence and it's going to get your quarterback hurt.
Yeah, that's a good point. We haven't even brought up what's really been – Aaron Donald has been literally a game wrecker. And we talked about this throughout the week, Cowboys Nation. You can't let him wreck your game.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Get bodies on him, slide the line to him. Have tight ends, running backs over there. Do whatever it is that you have to do, but you can let 99 line up one-on-one with Tyler Smith, because he hasn't even beaten him with moves right now. He's just beating him with flat-out speed.
Yeah, facts. All right, kickoff is about to start. Cowboys Nation. Cowboys are up right now 16-10. Let's see if they can finish this game. We will see y'all in the post-game show. Peace.